The Republican candidates making the Biden economy a prime target during the second debate. But top surrogate and California Governor Gavin Newsom says the president has a great record to run on.
I know I'm the spin guy and I know I'm a Democrat, but Biden won because they identified problems, identified solutions and strategies that are just underway. Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, CHIPS and Science Act, work we're doing on climate that actually makes us more competitive with China. I thought it was a good night for Biden.
Do you feel like Biden's holding you back from running?
No. Are you kidding? I'm enthusiastically passionate about promoting the Biden, not only agenda, but the great implementation, which is his second term, and having his back. Character, decency, and I'm an old-fashioned guy. I believe in a little loyalty.
Americans might feel otherwise about that. More headlines piling up that the economy is not in as great a shape as Team Biden would want you to believe. For example, Costco selling out of gold bars. People usually buy gold as a hedge against inflation. I'm not doing an infomercial. California's housing crisis, by the way, getting so bad that people are actually renting out these tiny 4 feet by 4 feet sleeping pods for $900 a month. Judge, at the same time that Gavin tells us he is enthusiastically passionate about promoting the president. But what else could he say at this point?
Well, you know, I have to tell you, he could say a lot of things. He doesn't have to say that. I hate it when they get up and lie. Look, 77% of the American people don't think that Joe Biden can be effective in the next 4 years. And he's over there saying how fabulous he's going to be. But, you know, maybe he ought to worry about the fact that amid California's ongoing housing crisis, people are now buying these small homes or these little pods or they're living in tents. They're homeless. And this guy's over here dancing around about how great Joe Biden is. He ought to take care of his own state because there's no question he's going to be running for president. It's just a question of when. But it's almost as though code violations don't matter in California. You got a tent, pitch it. You want to sleep on the street, pitch it. You want to get a pod, one of those pods, go ahead. But if you live in a nice area of California and you need a brick wall or something on your property, you want to put a light above it, they're gonna fine you in a code violation. It's crazy what's being allowed.
Well, they have these housing problems, but Jessica, reports are that between April of 2020 and summer of 2022, California had a net loss of 500,000 people. That doesn't sound like a place that people want to stay.
And it messed up the budget. It's a huge problem, and he's spoken about it. He's spoken about the homelessness problem, but he's not running for president. He's now a Biden surrogate, and he's out there doing it, and he does a very good job. From a lot of Republicans, you see Sean Hannity interviewing him, genuinely enjoying him. And we'll see Gavin Newsom v. Governor DeSantis in November. I know, but Newsom had a pretty good line about that, too. Like, this guy is not serious. Eye on the prize, man. Why are you debating a guy who isn't running for president?
But maybe he thinks he's looking 10 steps ahead, that this guy is going to end up on the ticket.
I don't know. Gavin Newsom, whatever you think of his politics, we can all admit he's pretty slick. And you have DeSantis up there trying to smile, you know, that like weird thing he does. It's not going to be a good comparison. So the numbers do support the Biden economic record in terms of the strongest recovery in the G7, the unemployment rate, millions of jobs created, the acts he's gotten
done. If you pretend COVID never happened, come on.
Well, you still have more millions. But can I just say, this is what's important here, actually. There have been 31 contested special elections that have occurred in 2023, and Democrats have won 25 of them. That is a tremendous overperformance, the same as in the midterms. So don't count us out because there are people in tiny pods.
Okay, well, we don't know how they're going to vote. We do know that the polls show us, Fox and beyond everywhere, that people do not believe in their real life. I mean, David Axelrod's talking about this too. Like, if you're still paying all this money for gas and for food, the reality is you don't feel better. And our polling and all the others out there show that people believe that the Biden policies are actually hurting them. And you could talk about data, but Jesse, it's true also to say there's been a net downward revision on every jobs number this year. So if you're telling people this great data and they're like, oh, it doesn't translate into my real life, maybe the data is not so accurate. And maybe their perception is more tied to reality.
You can cite jobs, G7, and Newsom can cite windmills and chips and infrastructure, but that doesn't grow people's checking accounts. And people's checking accounts, Jessica, are getting slaughtered. You don't have enough money. You can't buy a house. You can't afford rent. Gas prices are going back up. This winter's going to be cold. Oil's going over $100. Gas is probably going up over $4. You got student loans because these universities are preying on people. No one has any money. People are losing money. Stock market's not that great. This is a disaster for the Democrats, and they can't hide from it. Doesn't matter if he says jobs, schmobs. It's not about that. It's about money, and people have less of it. They can't afford this lifestyle in this year.
Greg, how many gold bars do you have?
Well, I'm just doing the math here. $900 a month for rent on a pod. I could stack 10 of them. I have a backyard upstate.
Ooh.
If I got 10 there, that's $9,000 a month.
Yeah.
Would
That's
Gus
not bad.
come in with you, though?
What?
Would Gus come in with you, though?
No, he doesn't get anything. You know what the thing is? If Joe only cared about Americans the way he cared about his own financial status, we'd be in great shape. Under Joe Biden, we went from America first to me first, me being Joe. He doesn't care about prices. He doesn't have to. If we only hired Hunter to make it rain for the average American, we'd all be rich and probably have coke problems.
Speak for yourself. Okay, up next.
Shannon.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.